It's actually much easier to quit your phone when you know what to focus on. And that's what this video will make clear to you. So, should you focus on identity or willpower? So, when most people are trying to quit their phone, they think that they should go on like a 7-day dopamine detox, no phone, no PC, no TV, none of that, no reading, no nothing, right? They think that they should just delete all of the apps, they should put their phone on grayscale, which I actually do use. They think that they should only use a notepad, that they should buy a dummy phone, etc., etc. They think they should do all of these extreme things, but what all of these things require is willpower. And obviously, willpower is a good thing, but I think you should focus more on just becoming the person that doesn't scroll, because then you don't have to resist every day. But there is like a fine dichotomy to this, so that's what I will go over in this video. So maybe you should just use the onion method. If you don't know about it, I will probably explain this video. So what should you focus on? Identity or willpower? You obviously need willpower to. I will explain like what willpower and identity is if you don't already know. You obviously need willpower to quit any bad habit, but you don't need to rely on it to quit something. So also another quick thing that I learned about willpower. I think I didn't mean to show this. I don't know if you can see my background, but it's basically an old version of me, and that gives you more willpower to do like the delayed gratification actions. That's a side point, right? But if you believe that you can build up your willpower like a muscle, then you can do it. If you don't think you can build up your willpower, then you can't. And a lot of people think that willpower drains, which it does day to day, but our muscles do that as well, but then they grow stronger. So if you believe you can build up your willpower, you can do that. So that's just a side point. So first, let's define what is identity and what is willpower. So willpower is the act of not doing something even though you feel like doing it. So that might be, oh, I feel like scrolling reels right now, but I'm going to use my willpower not to do it. What is identity? Identity is who you feel like you are as a person. And if you feel like, for example, if your identity is of someone who really hates short form content and is disgusted by it, and you don't like the idea of ruining your attention span and dopamine levels and everything like that, if that's your identity, you're not going to even want to scroll. You're just not going to do it because it's not part of your identity. To make it even more clear, you probably have the identity of thinking that smoking is bad. Do you have to resist smoking every day? No, you just don't smoke. It's like it doesn't align with your identity, so that's why you don't do it. So what are the pros of focusing more on identity? So when you have the identity of being someone who doesn't scroll, doesn't use like social media, waste time watching TV shows and everything like that, you don't have to abstain from them. You just don't do it. It's the same. You don't have to abstain from smoking, right? You're not abstaining from it. You're not trying not to smoke. It doesn't align with your identity, and that's why you don't smoke. Obviously, someone might smoke, but you get the point, right? It's much easier to sustain if you have to use your willpower every day to not scroll or use social media, something like that, then it will at some point you will crack. At some point you will be in an argument with someone, you'll be stressed, something will have happened, and you will have to use your willpower not to scroll, and then at that point it's strained, and then you just end up scrolling, and then you waste the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, right? So it doesn't drain your energy when you have the identity of being someone who doesn't scroll, because it's just not something you do. You have other activities that kind of substitute that need for you. You don't have, like, it doesn't drain your energy, if that makes sense. So what are the pros of willpower? So the pros of willpower is that it works from day one. You could actually quit everything today with willpower, but obviously it doesn't sustain everything like that. But you could do that from one day to another, even though it doesn't align with your identity. Obviously, it depends on how much willpower you have, and you probably don't have that amount of willpower, but it works from day one. It's very simple. There's nothing to think about. It's just, okay, when I feel like doing it, I just have to not do it. And again, it's simple, but it's easier said than done, right? And it's kind of like insurance for tough situations where you might your life could have been like shaken up in some way, and then you have the willpower to not do something, and then again, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? So what are the cons of identity? The cons of identity is that it takes time to shift your identity. So I've spoken about in a lot of the other videos, which you probably haven't seen, fair enough, about how to actually shift your identity. So the said shortly, the way you shift your identity is by doing something that is a tiny bit different from the version that you are today, but it's still aligned to you. And that's how you kind of slowly start to shift your identity towards someone that you want to become. And that takes time, and that's a con of the identity. It's like, because it takes time. It's not difficult, but it takes time. Yeah, it's difficult to notice the changes with, I just accidentally, I spat on my phone, and then I had to wipe it away, and then as I have like a script so that I know what to say. It's difficult to notice the changes with identity. Yeah, again, I don't edit any of these videos. There's no edits, there's no stimulation. I'm just here to help you, because all of the other bullshit YouTubers, they have background music, they have visual sound effects, they have hit markers, hit the screen, they have B-roll of them, like, you know what I mean? I don't do that. So it's difficult to notice the changes with identity. You just have to trust the process. If you use the onion method, some people feel like they're not making any progress, but you really are, like you truly are. And when you look objectively on it, you can see it as well. So, yeah, your identity might shift in the wrong direction at some point if you don't regulate it, and if you don't have control over it. So you might at some point, like, this is an extreme example. Let's say you go on vacation, you kind of let yourself go. Some of your friends are scrolling, and then you're like, oh yeah, it's just vacation, I can scroll here. Or you start watching a TV show on the plane to another, like to vacation or something like that. And then you just like, oh yeah, there was still like 5 episodes left. And then you watch that on vacation. And then, oh yeah, there's a season 2. And then you start watching that then. And then on the plane back. And then there's still, and then you come back. And then there's still like 3 episodes left. Like, let me watch that as well. And then, there's a season 3. Oh, you get the gist of it, right? So your identity can also go in the wrong direction. But yeah, you can just reverse it again. So the cons about willpower is it's very difficult. I think you already know this. That piece of cake that you probably shouldn't have ate, or that piece of chocolate, or that other instant gratification thing that you probably shouldn't have done, you could have just used your willpower, but it's difficult, and I don't think we should rely on it. So we can't really rely on willpower when it's been drained and when we're tired and everything like that. So yeah. So what should you focus on? Should you focus on identity or willpower? I think you should use willpower as a tool. I think you should use it as something that helps you build your identity. But build your identity as the foundation, obviously, and use the willpower as a tool that helps you with it. And in tough situations, you can also use it. Obviously, use systems, be smart about it, but use willpower, try and train it up, build up your willpower. It will help you in every area of your life, but focus more on just building that identity of being the person who is disgusted by scrolling or who doesn't feel like it, right? That is just like a so much more powerful thing to do instead of relying on willpower. So yeah, use willpower as a tool, but build the foundation with identity. Hope you got, I forgot to say this. If you want guaranteed results, if you want to like actually guarantee that this addiction is not a part of you anymore, click on the first link in the description. I will help you out one-on-one. I'll help you out one-on-one to make sure that you guarantee that you actually get the results that you want. And if you don't get the results, you get 100% of your money back. So all the risk is on me. It's guaranteed. Click on the first link in the description. Have a good rest of the day and see you, brother.